mean, I look at Sister Bay right now, and I applaud you because it's natural over there. You know, you ain't over there. You ain't got a whole bunch of ridiculous, eyelashes and chemical for your hair and all this stuff. You know, we're losing ourselves in this society. They don't give a damn about us.
Right.
Let me just say, this is me most of the time, but I can eyelash up when the situation calls for it.
Okay.
Let me say this, Sister Bay.
Most of the time.
Let me say this though, Sister Bay. It's not a priority for you. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
It's something
you're
right. when you're, if you're doing something, let's say you're going to a very special event and you want to just take it up another 2 levels, right?
That's all
you
I'm
may
saying.
do it.
That's
right.
all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is that's okay. But it's not okay to try to be unauthentic every day. You just trying to take it up a couple levels for a special event. We talking about women spending all of this, wasting this money on this stuff that we don't, as black men, we don't even want to see that.
That's exactly right.
We don't even want to see that.
We don't even care about
want that. We don't like the extensions. We don't like the eyelashes. We don't like overly made up, over makeup. We don't even like that. So our black women is throwing money away for some stuff that's not even attracting the black men, and no other men really, they don't want black women on a large scale. We want our women.
Right. That's exactly
But they don't want it. They doing other stuff, and we could be putting that into the pool of black people.
A little side piece on that, being that you brought that up, on Facebook, I put out a challenge. I had this water challenge where they're throwing people. I put out a challenge. I said, how about if the sisters stop wearing fake hair and nails for 1 year? Because the hair business is about a $4 billion a year business. So that means without the brothers, sisters have access to $4 billion a year, right? So I said, well, let's do a challenge like this. Sisters, stop doing hair and nails for a year. And let's take that money and invest it in our own households and see what we could purchase and accomplish in just 1 year. Now, I got all kinds of hateration. Oh my God. And because the gods love hair. But Brother Panic said that, but that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty funny. But now here's the thing. Somebody said, well, what about the brothers? I said, okay, challenge to the brothers. Fresh cut Fridays or whatever you do on Saturday. Right, exactly.
Saturday.
What about if the brothers cut out the barbershops for 1 year, the fresh cuts?
Hold on.
There you go. See, no,
that is grooming. It's a difference between grooming and enhancements.
Okay, hold on a second.
It's a total difference.
Now you ain't let me finish.
Go ahead.
I understand grooming. Okay, but grooming is not okay. Let's say 4 haircuts a month down to 2 haircuts a month.
I do 2 right now.
You could, huh?
I do 2 cuts a month now.
Oh, okay.
Ever since the pandemic, I try to have a week in between. So if somebody gets sick, we can kind of catch that thing before I get back. Hopefully.
Okay. But like I'm saying, 2 as opposed to 4. Just to cut back. Like you said, I completely understand grooming, but there are some times that you can trim your beard and go a little extra. Yeah. But that's the point that I'm making, to take that finance and purpose it for the family. Remember, everything that we do on my channel is about us resetting the family structure, resetting the finances, resetting the mindset, resetting the relationship between the males and the females, resetting the relationship and the dialogue between the brothers. What?
Some women who like to get their hair done and who like to,
because I heard somebody else say something. Go ahead.
Some women who like to get their hair done and put on their lashes and put on their makeup, they're doing it for themselves and not to impress a man. Because right now we're in an era where this is what women like to do. It's unbelievable. The makeup companies and the zillion of brands of makeup that is available out here now that are pandering to the women. And so the women aren't so much doing it now for men or to get a man.
Oh,
They're
there you
doing
go.
it because it's part of our society now, and this is what they want to do. So to each his own. It's what you like. It's what you prefer.
Thank you, Sister Bay.
But when it comes down to, let's get back to the subject at hand. When it comes down to what are you willing to do for your family, for your community, for your tribe, will you sacrifice some of those things?
Definitely.
You know, it comes down to that. Will you because that's money that could be put to a greater purpose. I understand that. I understand that.
So you mean to tell, just a little side piece, because this is a point of contention for me.
Me too.
So you mean to tell me
that's right
that the sisters spend all of that money to, you know, and the things that they do to make themselves feel better, and it's really not to attract a man. Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because everything that women do is not about a man. It's not about a man. Women like to look good. Women like to feel good. You know, it's like a flower that comes into bloom. When a woman can feel good, when she can look good, when she can smell good, when she exudes this aura about herself that attracts people to her.
There you go. That you just said it.
Nothing to do with pleasing a man. That is all about who she is, if she's comfortable within herself.
But she can do that in her natural, enhancing all of her natural assets.
Of course she can.
Right.
But
all that fake, because this is what I hear from the sisters, the European beauty standards. But what are you doing? You got blonde hair, you got fake eyelashes, you got contact lenses, different colors. You got, I mean, we could go on. You got these long, ridiculous fake nails. The list can go on. You got pumped up booties. You got inflated breast implants. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, I'm gonna say this is from someone that we know. All the guys that I know from the era when we saw Little Kim as she was Little Kim, we thought Little Kim was fine as Little Kim. As who she is right now, ain't nobody interested in that.
Right. Nobody.
But that stuff is addictive once you start. She had everything. Now it might have been the women or it might have been her. Oh, my breast too small nah, that's not how guys view it. Like, don't get me wrong. We like looking at the girls in the videos, but is that who you want to marry? Is that who a man want to marry? The girl in the video?
Yeah, but my thing is, okay, I have something to say about that. My thing is, okay, so why do you even look at it? If you were to take an average woman, but if you were able to take an average woman, no makeup, no, just in her natural state in hair, put her next to a woman that's all beautified, made up, who would the man choose? Yeah, you're like one in, we'll just say 100.
Wrong.
Compared to all the other men, they're gonna pick the one that looks all dialed up. They will.
Basha,
they don't want to see a sister in her natural state and her beautiful black African hair. They don't want to see that. They want to see the woman that's all dialed up.
I gotta ask you this, Basha. When you say who is he gonna choose? Is he choosing for sex, or is he choosing for his wife? That's the question I'm asking.
It could be both, because let's say you don't do it from the neck up, just only from the neck up. Don't look at the body. We're not even going to say the body. We're going to just say from her neck up. From her neck up. He would rather see the woman that's beautified on his arm to walk down the street with than the woman in her natural state. We're not going to even say the body. That's before he see her butt, her breasts, and everything else. Then that totally would make a difference. But from her neck up to her head, no, he's going to choose the beautiful one. The one that he considered beautiful, all dialed up.
Beautiful ain't fake up makeup. Beautiful ain't fake eyelashes. Beautiful is I'm telling. Look, I'm a dude, and I've been around dudes.
But you are a real man. You are a real dude.
I am.
You want the natural. Not all men are like that. That's why I said the men like you and Dennis and everybody, you are in a rare breed of men. So. But for the majority of the men, you put 100 men together, and I tell you one thing: out of that 100, at least 80 of them are gonna pick the one that's pretty.
Okay, let me say something.
If you're saying, hold on a second. Only this, because you got to be clear when you talk about men. You got to be clear.
Right?
Who is this? Is this the woman you want to sleep with, or is this the woman you want to marry?
It's the same. I think they would be the same with them. I think they would still want to be the one they marry is pretty, and the one that they want to sleep with is pretty. It's the same woman. Well, they're not going to choose the other one to be a wife. Yeah, to cook and clean for him, because the pretty one ain't going to do it. Why? Because she walking the street. She looking good for him. She ain't talking about being in no kitchen. She not gonna be in no kitchen. Are you serious? Get her nails all done. But then it's gonna be the other woman like us that's in our natural state. Oh yeah, that's my baby. She can cook. She can clean. She take no kids. She take care of the home. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one you really gonna marry. But this one, this is the one you walk down the street with. This one you show your man, your brother, your friends, your man friend, so they can talk about it.
Okay, let me say something. I told you I worked in law enforcement. I did a survey of incarcerated brothers. Okay, and I used to ask them, because we got so many different age groups, locked up, and for lack of a better term. And so I used to ask the brothers. I said, "Do y'all like the fake hair and the fake nails and the eyelashes?" 100% of them, 100% from different lifestyles, all said no. We just go with it because we can't stop them. We don't like it's like you have most of them said they don't really like it, and then you have some that say, well, I don't prefer it, but it looks okay. And then you have another set that says, I wish she wouldn't do it, but if I try to talk about that subject, that's a whole argument that I don't want to have. Okay? Now, these are street guys. Regular, everyday walk down the street guys. Think about this. The majority of I would say 40% I would say about 45% of them said, we don't like it. Then you have a few of them who said that I'm not going to say that they do like it, but they tolerate it. It's a fantasy. But it's not the reality of the person that I'd rather be dealing with. So having the mindset that, guys like this, now that's just not the truth. Watch this. Women do their nails, right? Every brother that I have ever asked about women and fake nails said they don't really like them. They're nice to look at. But would you rather have your woman with fake nails or real nails? Real nails. Okay? So yet again, what I'm trying to bring out is that is yet another facet of the breakdown in the communication between the melanated male and the melanated female. We like you just fine, just the way you are. Now, me, I disagree. Let me give you a quick example. And we're gonna take a poll. Me, I don't care about hair. I mean, it's nice if you have it. It's cool if you don't. I have dated and married, because I've been married 3 times. Married, watch this, 3 bald women. 3. I did not tell them to cut their hair off. But, one of them, I don't know how it happened, but one of them, she cut her hair off. She got pregnant 3 times, and I don't know how that happened, but it just happened. But I'm just saying, back to back. I'm like, what's going on? You cut your hair off and babies come out. I don't know. Whatever. But the point that I'm making is we had a really good relationship at that time. When she found out, she was the hair and nail type. She was, right? But when she found out that I didn't care about that, have hair, have no hair. She had one of those, she got one of those, when you get the perm and your hair burns and you can see the scalp. I said, cut it all off. I don't care. And she's like, yeah, you wouldn't deal with me if I said, you want me to cut it? She said, here, got the razor. And she said, here, cut it off. Guess what I did? I gave her the what?
I want to dispel a myth.
Uh-huh. Please do.
Please stop saying that Black women are trying to look European with blonde hair and colored contacts, because we, as the original indigenous people of this earth, we come in all different colors, skin colors. Our eyes come in all different colors. And our hair come in all different colors.
Naturally, they do. You're right.
Naturally. There are some melanated people who have naturally blue eyes. There are some melanated people who have naturally blonde hair.
Naturally.
So to say that women are trying to look European or take on European traits is kind of not correct.
That's not what we're saying. That's what y'all blame us for. The thing is, it don't look. What we're saying is that if it's not natural, we're not looking for you to do this ridiculous stuff. If people come, they come the way they come. We know that. We're okay with that. I know Black women with hazel eyes, blue eyes, or blue and green eye, brown, and all of that. But when you got dark brown eyes, and all of a sudden now you got sky blue eyes, that's not natural.
Right.
All we saying is stay out of costume so we can know who you are. That's all we saying. Y'all getting caught. I mean, because I hear women, well, y'all like Beyonce, or y'all like Rihanna. But you know what? We do, but they're in costume. They don't walk around like that every day. They walk around like that when they performing. Y'all not performers. Just be beautifully who you are. That's all we want. That's all we want. We not asking. There may be some things we ask for. Enhancements in that capacity is not one of them.
Right.
It's just not.
Right. Like, for instance, this is just said when a Black woman experiment with different looks. I'll just group it together and say different looks. I don't think that they're trying to look more European. It is the nature of the melanated mind to express creativity in every form and every facet. Okay, we are a creative people. If there is purple hair, we're going to wear it. If there's purple shoes, we're going to wear it because that's who we are. So, at least from my perspective, I don't think of it as sisters trying, because they try on different hair pieces and wigs and all that. Excuse me. I don't see it as trying to be more European. I see it as creative and artistic expression. The only thing that I do have to say about that is don't let your artistic expression cloud who you are and who you present yourself as to a potential mate, because that's not really what we're looking at. We are looking at the substance of who we're dealing with, the substance of who you are. We want to celebrate your Afrocentricness, those curly locks, that kinky hair, that body. You know what I'm saying? We love that stuff. And if we really care for you and we spend enough time and you get a few dimples on it, that's cool too. But the thing about it is, that's because it's real. That's because we took the time you took the time to present the real person behind the enhancements. And we got to know that person. Like Sister Bay said, sometimes you feel like putting on a little, hair, little nails, little eyelash. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay? But anybody who thinks that you are trying to be more Eurocentric in your approach to how you present yourself, they obviously don't know the creativity level of the melanated mind. And I say that for both male and female, because we'll have something and we'll change it just because. And then what happens? every other race comes right behind us, and they do the same thing that's been sitting there for the longest time. But we take a napkin and you put it on the side of your head with a bobby pin, and that's the new trend now. Wait a minute, but napkins been around for 100 years. But it's that melanin, that creative melanin. So no, we don't see it as Eurocentric, you know what I mean, making it Eurocentric.
Right.
That's not how we see it. It's just the fact that don't let you accentuating your attributes, your natural attributes, and mixing it up and keeping it fresh. Don't allow that to be in the forefront of your personality and the presentation of yourself. Because after all, that's not who you are. That's not who we are. That's not who we like. We might meet that peacock, but we may not want to keep that peacock and say, okay, hey, that's great. You caught my attention. Now what? You know what I'm saying? And you get to know each other. That's yet another aspect of removing the veil that separates the melanated man and melanated woman. It's like this. We tolerate the hair because you like it.
Right, because you like
it. You like it. It's not even the fact that we don't like it. How about this? I was just having a conversation today. And now this is just my humble opinion. It may have no merit, it may have no value for anyone. But watch this. I said, could it be a possibility that in a lot of religious circles, the women wear hair coverings? Okay, that is a requirement, right? Could it be something in the DNA of the melanated woman that feels that knows that her head needs some sort of covering, and the aggressive nature by which they use hair pieces and different things to accentuate their hair? Could that come out of their inert knowledge that I need to have my hair covered and not be uncovered in public? Just a thought. You see what I'm saying? In other words, it's not so much focus on that it's not natural hair. Hey, but you know what? I can't go out not uncovered. I can't go out with my breasts out. And you see what I'm saying? Just being respectful. Maybe that you take the stylish nature of creative nature of who you are, and the fact that deep down you know that there must be some form of a covering, and you combine the two, and people think that it's, oh, you're just trying to have white hair. No, it's just the creative individual. That's all it is. But at the end of the day, after the representative takes off the hair and the nails, it's like that movie, I'm going to get you sucker. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Once you take that off, the only thing left is you. So watch this. Who are you? Hi, I'm Q. Who are you? And you know what? At the end of that introduction, that's when the real relationship begins, or not. See, many of us have been attracted by what we see in an individual. Okay? You meet the representative, you go on a couple of dates, hang out, all of a sudden, they get comfortable around you, and the representative drops to the ground, and you see what's left. That individual that you're now faced with has nothing to do with hair, nails, job, money, car, upbringing, fraternity. It's just me and you in the room. And from that point, you choose to either continue on that path or not. And that's what we have to get back to. Not be afraid of. Don't be afraid of me. I don't bite. And if I do, it's only because you told me to. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Let us not be so egotistical that we become fanatical with who we represent ourselves as, because of the amount of experience that we have from who we have been in different, circumstances and situations, and just be who you want to be presented as. And I believe that is the beginning of true growth, maturity, and the repair of the melanated community. Anybody? Come on, Sister Bay.
Okay, so we were talking from the woman's perspective, where her layers at some point, you're saying, has to come off. Well, the same thing applies for the men. Even though the men don't make up and they don't put on anything that can alter their appearance.
Yes, they do.
That same thing happens with the men as well. Okay, for instance, a woman dates a man, and say after 3 months, he's been whining, he's been dining, he's been the perfect gentleman, and he hit it. Okay? Then after that, he flipped, and the dating stops, the opening the car doors stop, the sweet whispers in the ear stop, and you're like, okay, so now this is the real person, you see? So what I'm saying is, it works both ways for men as it does for women. If people are getting together and they're just false, then they're just false. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. If they're false with each other, they're just false.
Let me say this, Sister Bay.
Go ahead, man. You
said 3 months. The reason he act up because it should have took 3 months.
Right, he put in 3 months, man.
Y'all keep listening to Steve Harvey. These 90-day rules.
Right, 90-day rules. Hard labor.
Look, we have lost connection because there's some people you should never have sex with, but there's some people that you meet and you just know. And we all know what I'm saying is true, but we've lost it because we come up with these rules, and we come up with this, and we come up with that. But what happens is the relationship is always evolving and changing. And typically in today's world, like I said, the women, and I think women should definitely hang on to their virtue. I believe that. I don't think they should have, massive amounts of sexual partners and things of that nature. But what I'm saying is, it shouldn't be. If your goal is to go out and to connect and find your you, and it's a number in your head of how many times or how many dates or, these things that's in your head, you're breaking down the connection. And that's why men change. I'm just being honest with you. Now, you could be dealing with a buster too. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to evaluate that. But you could, if you are able to detect energy and deal with someone, if we can find a way to do that, we can stop, we can slow down, we can have some conversations, and we can start to build. Because if we don't start, and we don't start quick, we're already in trouble. We have to find a way to be more vital in our communities. See, we should be building our own, we should be developing our own neighborhoods and things of that nature, because it could allow us to get back to some of those fundamental things. But black and brown people, from what I've seen and what seems to be going on in society today, is that they're moving into the largest sphere of consumership.
Definitely.
Instead of reinvesting in our families. Because if we were developing, then we know we could build smaller houses so that dad could afford that house.
Right.
Now, and mom could stay home because it's going to make the next generation stronger, better, and available. But we've allowed everyone to do something for us, and we pay them above what they should get for it.
You mean to tell me you're not going to go out and buy those new rims for your car?
Hey,
right.
Let me say this.
Hits on your windows.
Let me say this. My car's in the driver right now. no tint. I did think about because it's a little hot. No tint on them, and I have never bought a set of rims. But I'm the wrong dude to talk to.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
not a flashy cat.
Okay.
Like I'm so me. Like I'm so me and so good with me. I don't need all that stuff.
Right.
I don't. That's not me. But I got friends that as soon as they got to do all of that stuff.
Okay. Now, in my defense, if you look on my channel, you see me redoing my pickup. I have a F-150 pickup, and you see me putting a new grill on it, putting the new lights and everything on it. But now, that vehicle is paid for. Okay. And instead of me getting another bill and going out and buying another truck, you know what? Paint's a little messed up, and this could be adjusted, and my light's a little dim. Let me go and do a do-it-yourself thing, see how much I can do, and with just a little bit that I've done on my channel, of a $4,000 bill, I did it for less than $1,000, and that yet again, that's me showing what could be done when you put this aside. So now I'm investing that for the household, and I'm doing other things. But as I said before, every single thing on this channel is for the purpose of the reset of the melanated mind. You see what I'm saying? There are different ways to do this. Like I said, the rims and okay, now I don't like big. I don't care about that stuff, but watch this. I'm putting a facelift on my truck for me. Okay? Now, if everything that I can do myself, I'm doing it for me to make the vehicle look kind of new for me. So I don't have to worry about, man, I could get a new truck. I don't need a new truck. I need a new piece of land. We're on a good path. Let's just strive to be better. Mm-hmm. And hope to see you. All right. Everybody, this is Brother Q. Okay. Thanks so much for coming. See you next time.
All right. Thanks for having me.